Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for the collective because yesterday Mercury entered into Cancer, and today Jupiter is also joining the team, joining Mercury and entering into Cancer as well. So, yesterday Mercury and Jupiter had a conjunction, so they held hands in the very last degree of Gemini, and right away Mercury moved into Cancer, and today is the turn that Jupiter also moves into Cancer. So that feels very connected actually to the full moon in Sagittarius because we are in the Gemini lunar cycle, meaning that the apex, this the highest moment of glow and beauty of the moon, which is the full moon, is exactly the opposite to Gemini, which is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So both rulers of this full moon are entering into Cancer. So that feels very, very significant because it's like they're holding hands. They have shifted from the last degree of Gemini and now moving into Cancer together, almost as if, the signs where the sun and the moon are coming together in unison, are coming together, to strengthen each other, to expand the potential that each individual planet already has, each individual sign already has, which is this axis of, big lessons, right? Gemini talks about these kind of day-to-day type of experiences that really teaches us about how do we communicate with one another? How do we learn? How do we acquire new skills? How do we translate the things that are in our mind into, a way of relating to others? And Sagittarius takes that to this next level, which is kind of like the higher learning, right? So complexifying things and turning things into great, what I'm hearing right now is great pockets of wisdom. So there is this potential for learning both, at the basic level, but, if we desire to, we also can, take this learning experience, this learning phase, to this other higher level. Especially with the full moon in Sagittarius, which I'm also going to do a collective reading for that. But because this is a collective reading, I'm doing it with my big combined deck of tarot cards and astrological oracle cards. So you see both of them in your reading today. In fact, we are beginning with two cards, but the very first one is from the astrological oracle deck. But before I start showing you the cards, I want to say that this message has to do with a situation that might look uncomfortable at first. It might feel like a heartbreak, especially if there is an actual breakup that is happening at this moment in time. Know that this is the right moment for that. Know that there are higher forces, higher intelligences, higher cosmic wisdom that is taking care of this breakup, right? There's no other way that I can actually say it, because I do feel like from that there is this liberation that happens that enables the rebirth of the phoenix, which is you, okay? But it's also you in another level, because it's not just you in the physical body. It's almost like your soul is being ignited, right? It's like your angelic being is gaining its wings, is spreading its wings. So it is very, very potent. However, what comes first is the uncomfortable part, right? So let's start with that. So we have two cards here. The first one, as I said, is the astrological oracle card that represents the descendant. So the descendant is the point in the birth chart, in the astrological chart, that starts the seventh house. And the seventh house talks about partnerships and marriages and contracts and, all of the significant intimate relationships that we all have in life that are truly our mirrors, right? But this descendant is being followed by the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak. And I know that, usually my cards, they don't stick to the traditional meaning. They go from, from, maybe the most common way of seeing the card or seeing what's, on the surface of the image to some deeper level or some higher understanding. But today it wants to stick with the basics, right? Remember where I was talking about how Gemini and Sagittarius are this combo, this duo of signs that deal with, basic learning with Gemini, but also, we need that in order for us to go to the higher knowledge, right? With Sagittarius. So we start with the basics, which seems to be kind of like addressing an issue, right? A heartbreak or a breakup, right? That it's going to be more visible if you are in a relationship, I want to say, because I feel like this wants to be like a very simple scenario, right? And if it's not your scenario, it's like, don't take it to heart. It's like, I do feel like this wants to be very specific. And maybe if you're not going through a breakup at this moment in time, it's like, maybe remember the last time that you had a breakup, right? And this doesn't have to be a romantic breakup. It could be, a friendship or, just people coming apart after being in a close connection, right? So the last time that you witnessed somebody that you were, in a close connection, in a relationship, they served as a mirror with a specific purpose. So when was the last time, or maybe this is the moment that you're witnessing a partner or an ex-partner, which, later on we're going to see, but two exes are coming very strongly, right? So maybe it's not just the fact that you are, breaking up a relationship, a current relationship, but maybe the past two relationships are very significant, right? But remember, how did you see the other? How did you have compassion for what they were feeling, right? It wants to focus in them. It's like, what was going through their mind? What was going through their heart? It's like, how were they expressing? How were they demonstrating their heartbreak? It's like, how were they experiencing that, right? I feel like this is very specifically wanting to be like their side of things, but witnessed from your perspective, because now is the moment with the judgment, and here you have the two X's, right, for the number 20. So this is why I'm saying maybe it's not just about your current relationship that is now the focus, right? Or maybe just the most recent one that you can actually feel, right? Or that you have this mirror, so it's like it's easier for you to perceive, but it wants to tie back to the past two relationships, or maybe the most significant ones, right? It's like if you can pinpoint the two most significant relationships that you've had that were kind of like pivotal moments, is what I'm hearing. This is what the judgment is here to say, right? Well, this card was bringing me this message of it's time. It's like it's time for this heartbreaking moment to happen, right? But it doesn't need to be heartbreaking, right? It's like if you are feeling like, this heartbreak already implies suffering, yes, there is going to be suffering, right? The potential for that is also here. But there's also the liberation that I was mentioning that I'm going to get there in a bit. But before, it's like, go back and analyze the two most significant people that served as mirrors for you. It's like, what do they show you about like the compassion for the other in the end of the relationship, right? It's like, how were these breakups? It's like, focus in that, right? How was the splitting? How was the coming apart? Because somehow it's like this is symbolizing the breaking of the bond. I'm seeing this as almost like chains, breaking chains, right? It's like, this is a reason why there is this heartbreaking moment, because the heart needs to break because it's breaking the bond, right? if there isn't this sensation of the heartbreaking, the Judgment is not doing its job of saying it's time for this break, right? It's time for this to end, for this separation to happen. And I feel like somehow, because we have the Knight of Swords coming next, but it's coming reversed, it's time for your partner mostly, and I feel like this is the current one, but again, if it's not the case for you, just go back to the most recent one or the most significant one, or maybe, the two most significant ones and how they reacted. Because I feel like this is the opportunity for them. Remember that the focus is in them, right? An opportunity for them to release, shed the old defense mechanisms. I often talk about how the helmet or the shield or the armor are kind of like the way that they found to protect themselves, right? To protect their ideas, protect their mind, protect their thoughts, protect their vulnerabilities. It's like whatever they felt like they needed protection from. It's like this is how they usually would go, right? I mean, talking about like being very vulnerable, right? At a very sensitive moment, such as, a breakup. This is the moment that it's going to hit hard for them, I feel like, but they are going to be invited through this breakup, through this heartbreak moment, because it's bigger than you, right? It's not like you are the one breaking the bond. It's not like you are deciding, let's split up. Maybe you are, but I feel like behind that, there is like this greater power that is interjecting itself. It's intervening because it's done so another time, and now is the moment for the second breakup, let's say, right? But this one has the chance to liberate themselves from the ache, from the suffering, right? With the Nine of Swords, they might feel like they are alone, right? But remember, because you are focusing in them, it's like you are paying attention to how they are demonstrating their feelings, right? It's like, how are they reacting to this breakup? It's like all eyes are on them, right? It's like your eyes are on them. But here, if they feel like they're losing their mind, is what I'm hearing right now with the this upside down helmet. It's like things have twisted and turned in their mind that it's like for them, it hurts to see them without you, right? It's like they see themselves, walking alone in life. It's almost like, not having you to share this path. I usually say that the Nine of Swords can be like the most painful one, but all of the nines to me, they represent the individual path. So for them, it's almost like everything that is going through their mind right now is that you're not going to be there, right? That they are alone dealing with this. But as I said, it's like you are paying attention to them, right? It's like you are looking at them. It's like you're not, it's almost like you maybe you cannot actually be there because of the breaking of the chain, the breaking of the bond, but your focus is there. It's like you're still looking in their direction because you want to, it's almost like you want to be there for them, even though you cannot be there physically. It's like mentally or spiritually, you are there with them. It's like you're compassionate with their struggle, with their pain, right? But as I said, because this is upside down, there is this chance that maybe if they perceive this as an opportunity for them to also release things that they have been holding back or things that they have been, protecting themselves from, it's like this is the moment to release and shed the old skin, release the protection layers or, the defense mechanisms or like anything that was really preventing them from getting vulnerable, like truly, truly vulnerable, right? Because the Nine of Swords is like completely vulnerable. here they are accepting that if they remove the armor, remove the helmet, remove the shield, it's like they're going to see something valuable in that. And I feel like this is where they get to see this as a lifting instead of a dropping, right? Because to me, it's like they drop into this mental space of despair, is what I'm hearing. And they do feel like they are alone, but it's like as soon as they see, like, with this dropping, it's almost like everything that they were carrying, to protect them is like just falling off, falling apart, falling away. And so in this, falling apart of what they believed or what they expected, it's like this is how they're going to feel the liberation from like the pain. Because I'm seeing this as like, it's almost like the air becomes very light. It's like it becomes like this evaporation, this sensation that, they're floating because they're not carrying the burden, or they're not carrying, the heavy weight of the armor, right? So it's like it was weighing them, but they didn't even realize. That's the reason why it hurts, because it's like you cannot do this for them. This is a part that they can do for themselves, and there's nothing that you can do to help them with this part. It's like only they can do this for themselves, right? So, and maybe this already happened, with another relationship, not just this current one, because of the two exes. But at the same time that I feel like there is this extreme release, it's almost like this permission to cry is what I'm hearing right now. It's like maybe they didn't allow themselves to cry, or they didn't allow themselves to suffer or to feel the pain, right? It's like they never admitted that they could feel sad, right? And now they are here. It's like being completely vulnerable, and in accepting this vulnerability, it's like they are lifting, right? They are lifting. But at the same time that they are lifting from the Nine of Swords, you are lifting with the Empress. So the Empress here is the, spreading of the wings of the angel. So this is a card that has been coming up a lot now. And it's this revelation of an angelic figure that is ready to be known, right? And it's beautiful because yesterday it was in the extended, and it was kind of like this representative of this neutral archetype, right? Together with the feminine and the masculine, it was the representation of this angelic figure that is genderless, that is not associated with, either masculine or feminine, but it grounds, right? It pulls in these other two archetypes because of the neutrality that it holds. So this is the emergence of your angelic being, right? So it's kind of like the image that I was seeing of the same lifting, but it's different. The lifting that is going to happen for your ex, let's say, is a lifting of the mind, is a lifting of old beliefs, of old expectations. The lifting of your beingness, it's like this rising from the ashes, right? It's like this phoenix type of ascension. It's like you're ready to take off. You're ready to take this flight, to take this to the next level, right? So it's kind of like it's part of this awakening is what I'm hearing. I never really associate the judgment as awakening, but somehow it feels appropriate with the Empress rising, right? So your Empress self, your angelic being is rising. It's like you're spreading your wings, and it's like you're about to take off. And I feel like the moment that you do, it's like there's somebody there that is, it's like they get excited with that. It's like, it's interesting because, even though the Empress is connected to Venus and is connected to Taurus, so it's like a very earthy perception of the Empress. Today is coming through with all of the fire, with the phoenix rising from the ashes and being rebirthed. And I feel like with this King of Wands being the fire sign, it's like the masculine to the feminine. But as I said, this is not just the feminine and not just the masculine. It's like the neutral archetype. And I feel like the masculine is here just in awe with that rising of the Empress, the rising of the Phoenix, the rising of this neutral angelic figure, right? Which now you are the embodiment of. And I feel like there is this potential for a partnership with this King of Wands, just because, you know, when I saw on the table this lineup between the Judgment and the Empress. So as I said, the Judgment was bringing the two X's, right? And the Empress is bringing the number 3. And what I heard was, you know, the third time is a charm. And I feel like, you know, maybe I'm butchering this saying, but it's like 3 is a charm. The third one is a charm. And I say it with like, as it's literally being said, right? It's like they are very charming, right? They can be like this very enthusiastic, dynamic personality that knows how to deal with their own fire. It's like they are very masterful in using this new tool that it's like your fire is rising up. It's like you are rising from the ashes. You have just found this fire within, maybe this creative force that is just bursting through, but they already have that. It's like they know how to conduct the fire without getting burned, right? It's like they know how to deal with all of this creativity, all of this passion, all of this boost, all of this enthusiasm, and they're just ecstatic that now you know as well, right? So I don't know whether or not you do already know this person. Maybe you do, but you haven't actually interacted in this sense. You know, most of all, this King of Wands never saw you in this way, right? They never saw you in this very potent, archetypal type of presence. It's like your presence is very, it's like it's very magnetic, right? It's like they're attracted, right? They are attracted. And I feel like it's like this combustion. Both of you, you know, with this fiery nature, they already are aware of their fire. You are just coming to know about your potency and experimenting with that, spreading your wings. But they are enchanted and they are charming. It's like they know how to use their charm, right? And the third is a charm. So I do feel like there is potential here for something to grow from there, right? Especially because with the two cards that are coming next, both of them came together, there is this grounded energy that is not going to make both of you lose yourselves in this potential future relationship or connection or attraction or creation, whatever it is. Because first we have the Four of Wands and then we have the Four of Pentacles. So, you know, first we have the coming together of the two fiery natures, right? It's like both of your unique natures, both of your like your potentials, right? It's like you are joining, you know, yesterday the Four of Wands was talking about this gentle approach, but to be honest, I feel like today they are the ones who are just magnetically attracted to you. It's like you're not even doing this to call in the King of Wands, but nevertheless, it's like they're just attracted. It's like your light, your fire is just so magnetic that they are gravitating towards you, right? And so they are approaching, but you know, specifically because, you know, I was talking about how the Empress is also very earthy, right? With the connection with Venus and Taurus. So I feel like you are this beautiful blend between earth and fire. It's like it's like this grounded, fiery Empress that is it's very enchanting, but it's also very nourishing. It's like you are very calm and very serene, and it's just attractive. Like they are attracted. I don't know how else to describe that. But it's not too much fire. It's like it's like this very festive, very beautiful coming together, right? Talking about coming into union, right, with the Four of Wands, but you know, without losing your ground specifically. So just to mention the bottom of the deck, we have Libra, And I feel like this is actually kind of like this final guidance to slow down, because here there's a lot of fire, and this might be very new for you, right? To be the one, without any effort, like attract somebody that is so potent, right? And it's like whatever happens next, it's like it feels something that is very grounded. So slow down and enjoy a potential new relationship, right? Especially because Libra talks about relationships, and we do have Jupiter and we do have Lilith. So talk about this expansion of this liberation, right? Lilith with the dark moon. So the black moon, Lilith, is talking about like this liberation of the feminine, but it's like the neutral archetype that allows this to be a grounded experience, right? It's like you're not going to lose yourself in another relationship, because you're going to take it slow and you're going to allow it to expand and unfold and, just go to this higher level, because you're now free from everything that perhaps you were also attached to, right? It's like you were bonded to, right? So that's interesting. I wonder what's going to come in the extended. So I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go next. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. I'm going to leave the link down below. And if you've seen also my previous video announcing the first full moon ceremony that I'm going to host for the full moon in Sagittarius, I'm also going to leave the link for that. If you feel the call to be a part of that, I will be very, very happy to have you there. So yeah, if not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.